And good evening. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. I'm glad to have you join me. I'm David, and I am fasting to get my weight to the final destination that I want. We talked about where I want to go, or measures I'm going to use to get there. So I've got three things I want to talk to you tonight about. We're doing this broadcast. I'm doing this video every night. You can watch me in real time shrink and thrive and get more healthy as I fast. And I'd like to share this with as many people as possible. So I'm wondering if you would help me out and tell enough people that at least two others come in and watch the videos. If everybody does that, by the time we get to day 14, we'll have a nice big crowd watching the videos. That would be a whole lot of fun, and I think would could potentially help out a whole lot of people. So the first thing I want to talk about tonight is who should fast or who should not fast, actually. Well, and I get this information from Dr. Jason Fung. He's a nephrologist, a kidney doctor in Toronto, and he's all over the internet, all over YouTube. You can find videos of him talking about fasting for weight loss, and particularly fasting for help with people suffering from type 2 diabetes. He has written The Complete Guide to Fasting. I got this information out of that. Also has a very long series of videos called The Etiology of Obesity, I believe it is. About 6 hours long if you watch them all. I did watch them all. I've learned quite a bit of what I know about fasting from Dr. Fung. Okay, so if you're pregnant, if you're nursing, or if you are a child under 18 years old, it's not advisable to fast. All adults outside of these conditions are able to preserve most of the minerals and vitamins and whatnot in their body during the fast. There's ongoing energy demands and nutrient demands going on when you are growing a new human inside of you, or when you are feeding one from your body. And of course, children are growing. They need this constant influx of nutrition. And then, of course, there's other conditions that you may have that you very much should. I would talk to a doctor if I had this. Gout, taking any medications. This certainly, I won't go into details, but I know of medications that were given to people with type 2 diabetes that will stop the liver from producing glucose. And while you're fasting, you need your liver to be able to produce glucose. So if you're taking any meds, I have no idea, your doctor does, whether there's a problem with the meds you're taking in fasting. Type 1, type 2 diabetics is definitely must talk to their physician before fasting. And if you have gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, acid reflux, you should speak to your doctor before beginning a fast, according to Dr. Fung. We thank him for that information. Now, I've got a couple of critters I live with. Let me see if I can get one of them over here. Mr. Ty. Ty, come. Ty, come. Come on, buddy. He's just over here. Let me grab him. Hello. Want them to say hi to everybody who might be watching. Here he is. Isn't he a good-looking boy? Now, this guy's a rescue. He's a real tiny guy. He's feral. When I got him, he'd been out on his own, poor guy. he was a little bit mouthy. He'd like to bite me till I got him a little brother who would bite him back. Then he learned to tone it down. But yes, sir. Reason I bring him out is, we evolved in a much different environment than we're in now. I know at times it seems that we live in a very dangerous environment, but it's not the kind of environment we evolved in. And certainly over in Ukraine right now, it's extremely dangerous. So we all hope that situation gets resolved soon. But there are tigers. Tigers weigh over 600 pounds. We are on the menu for a tiger. We, in the United States, don't face that unless you've got a crazy neighbor who's keeping tigers as a pet and they get out. That doesn't happen very often. But as such, we learn to trust our beliefs or intuitions. If we heard the noise in the bush, thought, well, that might be a tiger. People who survived to have children, the ones that reacted as if there was a tiger there. That as if their beliefs were infallible. As a result, as humans, we have what psychologists call cognitive dissonance whenever somebody tells us we're wrong. That means it makes us feel very uncomfortable to think that we are wrong. It's always a mistake to just flat out tell somebody they're wrong. Well, it explains a lot of what we see going on in the world right now. We got half the country believing one thing, the other half believing something else, and there's no amount of logic that you can explain one side to the other and change anybody's mind. We operate from our beliefs, and we use logic to defend those beliefs because we want those beliefs to be right. We come up with some logical reasoning for why we believe what we believe. And kind of the reason I bring this up is if you do follow me in doing this kind of thing, you're inevitably going to run across people say, oh, you can't fast. That's dangerous. And so instead of trying to argue with them and give them the logic, I usually say something like, yeah, I know, I've died 3 times while fasting. And then they'll laugh and maybe reconsider that they're thinking it's a little more dramatic than it is. But the fact is, back before we had a grocery store on every corner, there were many times when in our evolutionary past when we went without food. We're built for it. Our bodies almost expect it, need it. So, at any rate, there's that. And then I love the whole psychology thing. I read lots of books. The numbers. So the number this morning on the scale, after I'd emptied my bladder, I want to get that as small as possible. That reading on the scale, I'm down 2.6 pounds. Yay! Just a few minutes ago, I did my blood work. 82 for my blood glucose, 1.3 for my beta hydroxybutyrate, the ketones in my blood. And there's an index you can calculate from those two numbers. It's 3.5, which is a moderate level of ketosis. And we'll talk about ketosis more in the future. But briefly, ketones, there's three types in your body that are produced as your liver is converting fat into glucose. There's a few cells in your body that need the glucose. I mentioned this earlier, didn't I? The liver and the red blood cells, maybe some in your brain. So your liver needs to be able to produce glucose. And by checking my blood glucose, I see that it's still doing its job. And the ketones are there. As a result, most cells in the body have got 3 fuels they can run on. They can run on glucose, they can run on fat, and they can run on ketones. Some cells are more specialized than others, but generally speaking, that's what it is. So right now, like I said, I'm running on fat. I'm running on meals that I ate in the past, and I'm enjoying them. So I think that wraps it up tonight. Once again, so this is going on every night. I've got the channel set up. The videos will appear there. I think if you subscribe and like me, then YouTube will tell you when I put a new one up. It's kind of late tonight, my time, uh, but that'll happen. And I'm planning on putting links to the next video in each one. And if you could bring some more people that would find this interesting or helpful, then please give them the link, share the link with them, and let them come and watch. It's free. So, at any rate, thanks for coming, thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your evening.